both faculty and students from our department and other departments. I welcome everyone. And we have professors from Sri Ramakrishna Engineering College from Coimbatore. And we also have professors from Anna University, Guindy, as well as from SRM. Thanks for joining. Start the session in a few minutes.
Hey guys, hello all of you. Vinod here. Good morning, one and all. So I'll be your instructor for the second part, guys. So we'll catch up soon. So the first part will be by Udayan sir. So after Udayan sir's part, I'll be joining in. All right, guys. Yeah. And guys, please feel free to make use of the chat window for any kind of queries along the way. Since this is a hands-on kind of workshop, focusing on the beginner's perspective, right? Although like intermediate and advanced users on SCM with Git, they can also get some kind of information which might be useful for them. But the idea here is to get you guys actually very much comfortable in using the basic commands of Git, right? And apply them so that it kind of becomes your part of your day-to-day development activity. It's a very important skill to actually it is actually a very important skill one must have, right, to do the development aspects, right, and do project management, etc. All right. Thank you.
Yeah. As Vinod sir said, this session is going to be at beginner's level. So something like it will lay the foundation for the rest of the workshop, right? So the first session will be, I'll be covering the aspects or the foundation level, right? Okay. So once again, I just welcome everyone, all the participants to this online workshop, SCM, right? So what are the key takeaways from this session? So I'll be covering like what is VCS and what benefits you'll get when you use VCS and what are its types and what is Git and how Git differs from GitHub and what's the difference between Git and other VCS and how you install Git on the various platforms, and how to create a repo in your system as well as in GitHub. And we'll be exploring a few Git commands in the local repository as well as in the remote side. I mean, in the GitHub side, and we'll be exploring a few commands over there. So these are the takeaways from this session. Let us explore one by one. Okay. What is VCS? Before that, I just want to throw a set of questions, right? A couple of questions to you. How do you manage different versions of your documents? It can be anything. It can be a source code. It can be a document. All right. So normally what we will do is we'll take a copy of a file and try to store in a different folder. And the thing is, like, we may forget the new folder name, and we have to spend a lot of time on finding out where we store the copy of our document, right? And the other thing is, like, by doing so, you can you're having an additional copy of your code just to make sure, like, you have a backup, right? For example, if your hard disk fails, all right. So how will you recover your code? How will you recover your document? There is no way to do it, all right. So instead, what you can do is you can push your code through mail, and you can try to recover your code from the mail. There are other options, right? And the thing is, how do you keep track of the different versions of your file? Say I have a file and I have three versions, right? Version 1, version 2, and version 3. So the current version is version 3. I'm working with the version 3, and in the mid I got some major bug in it. So I cannot proceed further. So is it possible for me to revert back to the older version, say version 2, all right? And but in the meantime, I can fix the major bug in the current version, and I can, after fixing it, I can roll out the version 3. So where can I store all these earlier versions of your code? Again, VCS. All these things is done by VCS. All right. So what is VCS? It's just a software that helps you to manage different versions of anything. It can be a source code, all right? So here I mention as it can be anything, right? It can be something. Normally we do it with the source code, all right? So the purpose is to track the different versions, all right? And you can manage the changes made to your software code, especially when you're working in a team, right? The thing is, like, when you build a project, right, collaboratively, you can expect more than one team member, right, to work on the same project. And if the same source code is shared by all the members, and as an individual, right, you're updating your source code, and how to keep sync of all these changes, all right, especially when you share your code across the team. Again, for tracking these changes, you can make use of VCS, all right. So you have two types of VCS. One is centralized, and the other one is distributed. Centralized model, so instead of saving everything in my system, all right, if I try to push the required documents in a remote server, all right, and even if my system fails, right, I can recover everything from the centralized server. That's the centralized models. You have single server where you share your code to the centralized server. So you can push your content to the centralized server and see that, like, uh, whenever you require, you can pull from it. All right, make use of it and try to do your required changes. That's a centralized model. But what is the drawback of centralized model? Yeah, there you can see a centralized version control system. It makes use of a central server to store everything, right? The drawback of CVCS is It's an acronym for Centralized Version Control System. I told you what is VCS. VCS is a tool to manage different versions of your code, as well as it can keep track of the changes you make in your source code. All right, especially when you work in a team. All right. So VCS help us to develop code collaboratively, as well as you can do parallel development. That's the beauty of VCS. So as I said, like you have two types. One is a centralized model. The other one is a distributed model. And centralized model is like a server where you push your content in the centralized server, and you can, in order to safeguard your documents. But the drawback is like single point of failure. If the server goes down for half an hour, right? So you cannot you cannot have the code, all right? Maybe for entire team, all right, they cannot access your source code stored in the single server, all right? So that's what is given in the third point. If the central server goes for an half an hour, right, no one can collaborate. And even if the hard disk gets corrupted, and if you don't have a backup, so you're going to lose the entire project, all right? So in order to avoid this bottleneck, the other option is distributed version control system. All right. So here, what the model says is like you have the copy of your source code in your system, as well as you take a replica of your document and try to push in the remote site. All right. So you have a copy of your content in the some other system in the distributed system environment, right? So even if your system, right, gets corrupted, so you can recover from the other system, or else if the remote system gets corrupted, so you have your copy, right, in your system, so you can safeguard your system very well, right? So that's the beauty of distributed VCS system. And moving on to Git. Yeah, there are. So I just want to share a few terminologies, right? So version control system. The other name of VCS is source code management system, right? SCM, or else revision control system, right? All it refers to the same, right? Terminology. VCS, revision control system, or else it is also known as source code management, right? So here it's a tool meant to manage the different versions of your source code. See, assume like a sample code version 1, all right, sample code version 2, or sample code version 3. So I have a source code, all right, released in multiple versions. Multiple version in the sense like every version has got some additional features, all right? And because of these new features, uh, it may give you some, all right, bugs in when the user starts using it, all right? So again, as I said earlier, like you can revert back to the previous version and see that like the bugs in the current version is resolved before you roll out the current version, right? So you'll be learning all these terminologies when you start using Git, right? Repository, something like a folder, right, where you have all your files. So I need to say to Git like these are the folders, you have to keep track of it, all right? So inside a folder, normally we organize our content in a form of folders, right? So within a folder, we are organizing our content in, through folders, right? So if I have a bunch of files, right, inside a directory, and if I ask Git to keep track of the files, right, in that folder, all right, I call that as a repository, all right? Actually speaking, you have a different, yeah, working directory. You have three levels in Git. One is working directory, and the second one is staging area, or else it is called as index, all right, staging index or index. And the next one is the local repository, all right. So quite often I'll be coming across these terms, local repository and remote repository. Local repository is something like a folder where you have your content. That's it, right? Okay. I'll be explaining all this right in the coming slides, so don't worry. Yeah. So moving on to the core part of our workshop. All right. The first one is Git, Global Information Tracker. So it's an acronym for Global Information Tracker. So it's one of the popular, widely used open source VCS tool. All right. And it's a distributed VCS. It's not a centralized VCS. So because if you look at a few more, all right, a version control system I have mentioned over here, right? So Git is distributed, right? Subversion, again, it is CVCS, right? Centralized. Clear case, again, centralized, right? So you have Mercurial as well. So among this, Git is so popular and it is widely used VCS tool. All right. So the purpose is you're going to keep tracks of changes made to the file, and not only that, I just want to know like when the change was made by whom. All right. All these things you can keep track with. All right. VCS tool. It was developed by Linus Torvalds, the developer of Linux kernel. All right. And why Git has an edge over the other tool is it's super fast, it's cross-platform, all right, and offers command line utility known as Git Bash, all right. So all these things will come clear when you install Git Bash, all right. So for Windows users, just follow the instructions given over there. So just go to Git SCM. Maybe I can go to Google, all right, and type this query git download and go to this site, all right, and download Windows, download for Windows, and already I've installed this. Okay, so save this file, click on that, select all the defaults. So here you have two options, right? Git Bash and Git GUI. All right, just leave that option. And here it asks for which editor, all right, Git wants to consider as a default editor. If we have a Visual Studio, I'm going to have, right, that editor as Git default editor, right? Sir has already shared a few instructions, right? Okay, so he asked you to install Visual Studio Code, VS Code. So I'm choosing VS Code as Git defaults editor, all right? All right, or else you can leave that as such, all right? Okay, Sublime Text, VS Code. The option is you have multiple options. Okay, I choose the default. Use Git from Git Bash. So don't forget to choose this option. Okay, leave the other options. Go ahead with the installation. It will take a little bit of time. For Mac users, so you have two ways to do it. All right, either again, right, again go to the site, download it. All right, click on the downloaded file, go ahead with the installation, choose the default settings, and there is other way to do it. Just let me check whether the installation got over. It's about to finish. I request all the participants to follow me, what I'm doing. So I'm going to launch Git Bash right now. So what you see here, the prompt, right? This we called as a Bourne shell. All right, Bourne shell. BOUR. Maybe I can. Yeah. Uh, okay, so I didn't mention that. Let it be. So this prompt we call as a Bourne shell. All right. Here you can try all your commands. So in order to check the Git installation, all right, Git this a command, Git option is -- followed by the word version. Now we can see like Git has been successfully installed. All right. So you can cross check your installation with this command, Git -- version. All right. So moving on to the Mac users. So you can go ahead with the first method, right? Or else you can choose the second one, right? And for Linux user, all right, on Ubuntu, all right, you try this command, apt-get install git. Go ahead with this command and try to check the install version with this command, git version. Whereas on Fedora, all right, yum install git till version 21, about 21, all right. Try this command, dnf install git. All right. Again, at the last, check your installation with this command, git version. Guys, are you facing any issues in the installation? Yes. Can post your queries in chat window. Okay. Fine. So moving on to the core part of our workshop, right? Git. So till this point, what we have covered? What is VCS? Why VCS? VCS is a version control system which helps us to manage different versions of our code. All right. So it also keeps track of the changes, right? What you make, what you do. Right. So just I want to mention a few difference between Git and GitHub. All right. At this point, before I get into Git. All right. Git and Git is not same as GitHub. All right. Git is not same as GitHub. All right. GitHub is our version control system. All right. So here I've mentioned as Git is a VCS tool, whereas GitHub is a web-based hosting service for having your repository. All right. So you can, it's a repository web hosting service. All right. And this GitHub complies Git. So whatever commands you try with Git, all right, you can realize with GitHub. All right. Okay. Fine. So the next half an hour, what we are going to do is we are going to learn a few Linux commands, because in order to work with the Git, you have to know a few or core shell commands in order to work with the Git. All right. Let us try our hands now. Okay. So very first basic command, we are going to look at only basic commands, right? In order to look at the content of a folder, right? So in Linux, this is a command, ls. ls is a command to display the files in the current folder. I just maximize this, all right? So ls is a command to list out the files or the subfolders in the current directory. All right. And I'm not sure like which one is a file or which one is a directory. So what I will do is, right, I will try the same command with different flags or switches or options, right? Say for example, T. Again, I don't find much difference, right? Sorry. Uh, ls minus al. Yeah. So I have a different option now, ls hyphen al, right? Long list, all right? So on your left, you can see, on your right, you can see the folders as well as the files, right? On your left, you can cross check whether this is a directory or an ordinary file, right? So whichever file has got the first letter as a D, it means a subfolder, right? The rest one is file, right? And every file, as you can see on the left side, right? We can see some RWX followed by again RWX. There you can see here over here, right? So what is R is read. These are the privileges assigned to a file, or else it can be to a folder, all right? R is read, W is write, and X is execute, all right? And this is for the owner, I mean the user, right? So you can create a multiple user accounts in Linux, right? And you can assign the privileges to all the users. Like these are the files, right? These are the folders a user can access. All right. So you can assign privileges. So based on the privileges, you can see the privileges assigned to the user over here. So here the first three characters RWX is meant for the user or the owner, and the second RWX is meant for a group, right? Normally a user will be attached to one group, right? Okay. So here, if you look at the group ID is 197121 and the group is SSN, right? Group is SSN, right? And if you look at the owner, for that you can try this command, who am I, right? Okay, this is not supported in Git Bash. It works in Linux, right? Okay. So if you want to know the current username, so you can try this command as who am I? All right. Sorry. Who am I? All right. It works, right? Okay. Yeah. So this tells the right the user or the owner name. All right. So here you can cross check the first three is meant for the owner name, group name, and the last one is for others. So you can assign assign a user to a different group. Those things and all, it's possible, which we are not going to discuss in this session, right? Because our focus is on the Git part, right? Okay. So try to understand like what is listed on the left side, and you can revoke privileges, or else you can add privileges to the files or the folders. For that, again, you have different commands like change mode, right? Triple seven, right? You can have the file name, all right? Say for example, I create a file name, so demo.txt, all right? I have Visual editor, VI editor. I make use of VI editor. So here in order to insert a content, so straight away I can't do that. You have to press escape I, so that at the bottom you can see it is in insert mode now. Now I type a few sample of text. This is a demo file. Okay. And in order to save this, see, you can make use of any text editor. This VI is one of the text editor, right? Okay. So I just escape, right? Shift colon WQ, write and quit, right? Write and quit. So on top, right, have written some content, right? In order to quit this editor, as well as in order to save this file, escape, right? Shift colon WQ, write and quit. Just press enter key. Now you will quit the, now you can find like I'm out of the editor. All right. Now I've created a demo txt file. I just want to check whether this file is there or not. All right. And I just want to see the privileges given to this. All right. There you can see only as a user, I can able to read, right? I cannot execute this file. I don't have the execute privileges assigned to demo.txt. Say, for example, if it is a Python file, right? I cannot run that file because I'm denied of executing or running my Python file. So how to revoke that? How to modify that? I just have a command called as chmod, right? In order to modify the privileges, right? So you can two ways, right? You can do that by two ways. Either you can put it as RWX, right? Plus signs adds privileges, and in order to revoke privileges, you can put it as hyphen. Okay. Or else the other way is you have octal values for R, W, and X, right? The octal value for R is 4, all right? W is 2, and for X is 1. Maybe I can show you just a second. Notepad. Okay. So here for read, sorry, it's not writing. Okay. For read, right, it is octal value is 4. For write, it is 2. And for X, I mean execute, it is 1. So the sum of this is 7. All right. So first 7 is meant for the user. Second 7 is meant for the group. And third 7 is meant for others. So if I type 7, I mean for the user. All right. So if I type 700 demo.txt. So just have a look at, yeah. Uh, it's supposed to be okay, chmod 777 demo.txt. Okay. I'm denied of writing this. Okay, so certain commands won't work perfectly in Git Bash, right? So you can try all these commands in Linux, all right? This is the command, right? So if you type ch mode 700, right, for user, right, you are assigning the read rights, right, as well as execute right privileges, right, and you are restricting the other two, right, one the group as well as others. So if you want everyone to have a look at, right, your text file, they can change as well as they can run your file. You can try this option, right? And the other option is I want to know like which directory I am, right? So for that, it is I just clear this on top. I'll try. So one is PWD. Just press enter. All right. In order to cross check which folder, right, I am. I want to check the current folder. All right. PW
Excuse me,
stand.
sir.
Yes, yes.
Sir, what did that ch mod do exactly? I did not understand that.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. So here I just now I showed you a file, right? Demo.txt. And on your left, you can see the privileges, right, given to demo.txt.
Yes, sir.
Till this its point is clear, right?
Yes, sir.
What you can find here is RW. It is not a directory, so that is why the first letter is mentioned as a dash, all right? Since it's a text file, it's an ordinary file. It's not a folder, all right? And the first R means like I can read the content of this. So for example, in order to read the content, you can use cat command. All right. Demo. Yeah. There you can see this is a demo file. All right. I can read.
Yes, sir.
I just want to modify the content. All right. Okay. That is W. Right. In the sense, I just want to make changes in this. Say for example, okay, this is the second line of text. Now again going back to the okay. Now we can see, all right. I've modified the content as well. All right. So okay, the first two is clear, right? RW is clear.
Yes, sir.
If someone else wants to read and modify, okay, that's the middle part, right? Okay. Others are allowed to read your content, but others are restricted to change the content of your file. Is it clear? That is why you have the dash instead of W over there. Is it clear? Clear? Hello?
Yes,
Am
sir.
I audible? Yeah, yeah.
Yes, sir. It's clear.
Okay. So the third one is X. All right. X is execute. Can I compile and run the program? All right. I'm denied of this. That is why you don't have right X over there. All right. So in order to add privileges, you have this command chmod. Okay. In order to modify the privileges, all right, I use this command chmod and the required values. That's it. Rwx, say a demo.txt. Again, uh, uh, again, whatever I said, like mm, can't. It's working, but when I look into the privileges, again, it's saying the same thing. Maybe we can afternoon session we can check with the Linux. All right, fine, okay. So yeah, in order to know the current folder, I make use of this command called as pwd. All right, we are not going to use chmod in Git. Right, okay. Pwd is present working directory or print working directory, whatever way you can call it. All right. So I'm in SSN folder, right from C. All right. I have a directory user, and within that I have a folder SSN, right? So here, if I list ls-a, all right, what it does is it will display the hidden files as well, all right? So hidden files always start with dot. All right, there you can see a dot. All right, you can find certain files start has a dot in front of the file name. All right, so in order to display this hidden files, all right, you can try this command ls-a, because in Git, all right, you have a .git folder, all right, which acts as a local repository. All right, so you cannot visualize a .git folder because it's a hidden folder. So how to visualize a hidden file or a hidden folder? So this is the option, right? -a, right? So in order again to display the content of a file, just use this concatenate or cat command, all right? Followed by the file name cat, followed by the name of the file, all right? Okay. And then yeah, you can create another directory using this command, make directory demo. All right, in order to create a new folder, all right, just try this command mkdir demo. And now I can check it out. Sorry. Voice or demo, ls or demo. Okay, I just want to get, I want to move to the demo folder. So for that, you have change directory command, cd, all right? Change directory, and the name of the folder is demo here, all right? And here you can find the still symbol, right? What is this? What it represents? This still symbol actually represents the home directory, all right? If I create another directory here, let's say make directory demo 1, and just I move into the demo 1, all right? And just see that like right, this is the home directory, and from here, which is C colon users SSN. This is the home directory, and within SSN, I have created a subfolder again, which has got another subfolder. And in order to move back to the parent folder of demo 1, right, which is a demo, right, what I can do is, right, cd double dot represents parent directory. All right, so now we can see you are into the again try this command where you are present in the demo folder, right? And again I will get back to this demo 1, and if I straight away want to move to the home directory, all right, so I can use the change cd command along with the tilde option, all right? So again, if I try to put if I try this command pwd, I'm back to the home directory. Guys, are you clear with the cd command, make directory command?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. And in order to remove this directory, all right, you have rmdir, all right, demo 1. The thing is like I don't have any content in demo 1, all right? So if you look into that, I don't have any files. I just create a file. Again, test.txt, all right, escape insert, all right, sorry, escape I. Again, this is a demo file, right? And try to save this. Okay, so if I try to list, yeah, I have one file, all right. And if I try to, I just get back to the parent folder of demo 1. And if I try this command rmdir demo 1, I want to remove the directory, right? The system says like I can't remove because it is not empty, all right? So how to do that whenever you have some content in it, all right? Uh, so the only way is or this demo 1. What you can do is remove everything over here. Wildcard characters. Start is wildcard character. Any files, right, having any characters, and this star, second star represents any file with any extension, right? Again, get back to this parent folder and try to remove the directory. This is one way of doing it. It's clear. Now we don't have the demo 1 directory, right? Demo 1 is gone. So by this way, you can create a folder and try to push things in a folder. And if you want, if you don't want, you can delete this. All right. So in order to delete it, rm command, right? Rm is meant to remove a file. All right. And if you want to rename or if you want to um, move to a different folder, all right? Again, I create a demo folder, all right, and try to create a file over here, right? Again, right. So here I have which folder I am having this demo.txt in the current folder. I mean in the demo folder. I just want to move this, all right, demo.txt to demo1, all right, okay. So what I can do is I can mention this demo, all right, followed by the demo1. Yeah, okay. So what it says, like from the current folder, I'm moving to a different folder, right? So if I try to list it again, I don't have a, txt file. I mean, I don't have the text file. I have a folder, right? Demo1. So again, move to this demo1, and I can find out the file is there. All right? Okay. So we are not going to focus more on this, right? So a few commands will be useful when you try, when you work with Git, right? So I've covered a few commands, right, which you'll be using with the Git. So do you have any questions on this?
No, sir.
No. Okay. Fine. So moving on to Git part. Okay. So Git Linux part. A covered list. Okay. Fine. CP. I've missed out copy command. Okay. So another command I just want to mention is cp. All right, copy. All right, copy command. I have any file in this, so just move on to demo one. All right. So here in this I have demo txt file. I just want to take a copy of an existing file. All right. So for that you have cp, the name of the file. All right, and your destination file name. All right. Okay. What else can we have? Replica. Okay, replica.txt. All right. Okay. Now I can find two files. All right. Okay, two separate files, and the content will be same. All right. This is a test file. If you look at cat demo again, right. So what I will do is just cat, just have the first letter, and for auto completion, press the tab key. Okay. You need not type the entire file name. All right. For auto completion, just press the first letter, one or two characters, followed by the tab key for auto completion. That will do it. Right. So with this, I just get back to this Git move command cp. Okay, that's it. Okay. So having successfully installed Git, all right. So we are going to try our hands with Git commands. So you have to know a few terminologies before you learn about Git. So again, I will open Notepad. Okay. So the first one is okay, working directory. Okay. The second one is staging area, or else it is called as index or staging index. Okay. The last one is a local repository. Right. And another one is their remote repository. Okay. So here, in your system, you may have multiple folders, right? Multiple directories, and every folder will have some bunch of files. I don't want all the folders to be tracked by Git, right? I want a specific folder, like I've exclusively created a folder for my project, right? So assume like the name of the folder is, say, my Git project, all right? And I have a bunch of files in that. I just instruct Git right, to keep track of the files only stored in my Git project, not in some other folders in your system, right? So that folder we call it as working directory. Is it clear? So your folder, your system folder. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Want me to repeat? Yeah, yeah, yeah. Any folder, right? If you want a Git to monitor or to keep track of the files inside that folder, you can have that as your working directory. And what is the staging area or indexes? Normally the flow will be here you will have your files, right? Your working directory will have untracked files, right? And in order to start tracking, right, you move your files, or what you can do is you can add your untracked files from the working directory or draft. Okay. The working directory, right, to the staging area. Okay. So the thing is, I just add what all the, see, even in your working directory, you can have several files. I don't want all the files to be tracked by Git, right? What all the files you want to track by Git, that alone, right, you're adding to staging area. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes? Yeah. So for this, I'll be using the command called as git add file name. Okay. And all right. And in order to initialize this, in order to assign a working directory, all right, to Git, what I will do is I will initialize the Git command with git init. Okay, so here is something like a buffer before you move your content to this local repository. Actually, don't get confused with the local repository as well as working directory. Here, what it means is like a .git folder. All right. When you install Git, maybe I can work on that. Uh, just a couple of seconds, guys. Yeah, I'm just trying to search Git Bash. All right. Uh, where I started. Okay. Okay. So here I just want to share the local folder. Okay. I just create a directory. All right. Let's go to desktop. Okay. CD desktop is there. Yeah. All right. Okay. So I just create a directory. All right. My say Git project. All right. Okay. And just move to this folder. All right. In order to check where you are. So I am into the desktop folder. I've created a folder. The name of the folder is my Git project. I want this my Git project to be my working directory. In the sense, whatever, uh, not necessarily all the files in my Git project I want to be tracked by Git. All right. It's up to you. All right. So I just move to my Git project. I'm sorry. Okay. Okay. I Git. Okay. So I just clear this and I want to check. Yeah, I am into my Git project, right? Okay. So as of now, I don't have anything over here. All right. Okay, nothing is there. So what I'm going to do is I'm just want to create a couple of files. So as to enable the file I have posted in my Git project, right? And it will be tracked by Git. Tracked in the sense, whatever changes I do, that will be monitored by Git. Okay. So as of now, I don't have anything, right? It's totally blank. And now if you look at the content of this folder, right? I haven't created anything, but still it shows something, right? Two entries are there, two directories. One is again two directories. One is dot, and the second one is double dot. As I already told you, like cd double dot represent the parent directory from the current directory, and cd dot refers to the current directory. Okay, okay, fine. So I just want to create, make use of VS Code. Open VS Code. So just I want all the participants to follow me. Open VS Code. As a prerequisite, we have instructed you to install Visual Studio Code. Open this VS Code and select a new file. Okay. And on your right bottom, you can see it is one of the option displayed, right, is plain text. Click on that, right, and select as HTML file, right. On top, if you type HT, right, at the bottom you can see HTML file. Now you can cross check, right, the language we have chosen is HTML file. Okay, so I'm going to create a HTML boilerplate. It's not template, it's boilerplate. So just press your shift key and exclamatory mark and press tab key. I haven't written anything, right? Again, I repeat, press shift key and enter exclamatory mark followed by the tab key. So this will generate a boilerplate, right? So I mean the various sections required to have an HTML file, right? So here on top, the document type is HTML file and the language used is English, right? And the header part, just we can remove this, all right? For us, it is not required, all right? And you're going to have title as my web page, all right? And within the body, all right, what you can do is you can define header one and say like this is my text, all right, and you can close the tag h1 tag. I can have another HTML tag, say a paragraph, welcome to my p is paragraph, arrow of text. I just close this, all right. So I save this under my Git project. Okay. So the name is say index.html. Okay. All right. So, I need not. Yeah. Okay. Desktop. Go to desktop. My Git project. All right. Okay. So if you want to open this HTML file, right, in a browser, go to that folder, all right, and just click on that, all right, and open it. Select the option, all right. It may ask the few options. I'm opening with the Chrome browser, so just select OK, and there you can see on top you can find the source. I mean the file name, all right, the path of the file name, and I just had a couple of tags, all right. One is H1 tag, which displays your text in a much bigger size. And I had one paragraph of text. Welcome to my paragraph, right? Fine. So what I've done so far is I created one folder and try to push a file, right, which is index project, I mean index.html in my Git project. Now I just go back to Git, want, all right, Git to keep track of this index.html file. All right. Now I created a file. Sorry. Here I am. Okay. In Git project. Okay. So what is the file I've created? So I have index.html file. Right. I just select this. Yeah. There you can see my web page. So this is what you see over here. This my text, right? Because of this tag, H1 tag, the running content is displayed in much bigger size and bold. It is in bold, and I have uh, one line right within paragraph text. You can have multiple lines, multi lines of text within paragraph. Right? Okay. Fine. So I just want to now Git to keep track of this index.html file in the sense when I change this, all right, when I do a change in index HTML file, whether Git is tracking that change or not. That's what I want to observe with Git. Okay, fine. So I told you about the concept of working directory. Working directory is, see, the thing is, if I get back to the previous, and I can find, if I try to list out, I have so many folders or files to do that. I mean, I have so many folders apart from my Git project, but I don't want Git to monitor all these folders. I just want to observe only my Git project. So what I will do is I will just go to my Git project. Yeah, just check it out again. I'm into the my Git project and try to use this command, right, Git init, all right. Now observe what it tells. What it says, initialize empty Git repository. This is going to be your working directory, all right. This is your working directory. In the sense, my Git project is your working directory. All right. Now I have how many files in this? Index.html. So index.html is yet to be tracked. So earlier I told you like working directory, your content in working directory remain untracked. And how to initialize this working directory? You have multiple directories, right? And how to convey to Git like this is going to be your working directory? Make use of this command. Just go to that folder and try this command so as to enable the current folder as your working directory. All right. So again, if you try another command, all right, git status, in order to know the status of your untracked files. So what it says, no commit, and I will talk about branch later. by default, Git will create one branch, default branch called as master. Again, I'll get back to the notepad and I'll try to explain. Or else I'll open Paint. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I have a pencil like. So here, if I have this, all right, this we called as a master branch. This is a master branch. All right, this will be created by default, all right, by Git. And from this, what I can do is I can create multiple branch, just like a tree. All right, and each can have its own leaves, right? Okay. So here, what I will do is with Git by default, it creates this branch, right? Okay. And as a developer, if I want to experiment or if I want to test my code before I merge my code into the master branch, especially when you work collaboratively, right? Or else as an individual, right? I have say this branch named as a future branch. For example, the name of this branch is say future. All right, future branch. So I do all the coding over here, test the code, and then I will merge that with the master branch. Is it clear?
Yes,
So
sir.
that is why, yeah, that is why you find this term over here as on branch master. All right. So you can create multiple branches. Don't worry, I will discuss on that later. All right. So here on branch master, we are into the branch master. I mean the root, the main branch. And next you can see what is commit here. So yeah, here what it you need to add a command called as git commit the required file name in order to move your stage area files, staging area, staging files to local repository. All right. Okay. So here from the working directory, I know to create a working directory. You just in order to assign a directory as a working directory, you try this command git init, and which holds your untracked files. And by default, you can see one branch is created. The name of the branch is master branch. And in order to enable Git to track your file, you have to move your file from working directory to the staging area. How do you do that? How do you do that? Just try this command git add file name. So here what it says untracked file. What is the name of the file? Untracked file index.html. All right. Is it clear? Still
Yes,
you
sir.
don't have. Yeah, yeah. So I just move this index.html file from working directory to the staging area or index area, whatever maybe. So for that, I just try this command git add. All right. The syntax is file name. All right. And if you want all the files in the current folder, right, to be tracked, what you can do is you can put as a dot. All right. If I have more than one file and if I want all the files in the current folder, I mean in the working directory to be tracked, right? Or to want to, I just want to add all the files in the working directory to staging area, just have this command. right? Git add dot. Or else if you want to add a specific file to the staging, what you can do is git add the required file name. That's it, right? Say for example, if I have a multiple say copy index.html with one.html. Say I just take another copy of it. Yeah, it won't work over here. Okay, let it be. Fine. So what I have done is I've moved the working directory file to staging area, Git status. In order to check that, you try this option, Git status. Now you can find the color has been changed, right? Still we are in branch master, right? And we haven't committed it, right? In the committed in the sense, it is in the middle, right? It means like it is in the staging area. We have to move the file from the staging area onto the local repository. Which one is the local repository here? The .git repository. Here you can see the .git folder, right? This is your local repository. I can move to this .git as well, right? And I can list out a lot of things, right? Um, everything has a purpose, right? In order to configure, say the thing is like I want to associate myself, right, with the Git, because multiple programmers may be using the same tool, right? And every one of them have to associate themselves with the Git tool. How to do that? For this, we make use of this config option, right? Git config, right? I'll be covering that in the coming slides. Don't worry, right? So if make sure that you should not disturb the content of .git folder, or else Git may not track your file. Okay, so don't disturb the content of .git file. This is your local directory. Having moved your index.html, just we have moved from working directory to staging area, and in order to move from staging area to Git or local repository, which is the command you have to try? Git file name, git commit file name, right? So git, I just want to check which I am into the .git. Again, get back to the parent folder, check the folder, check the directory. I'm into the my Git project. Okay. Again, clear Git status, and there you can see no commit is there, right? I can try another command called as Git Log, right? In order to fetch the list of commits of a file, all right? There you can see it's fatal because it hasn't got any commit yet, all right? So let us commit index.html from the staging area to .git with this command git commit, all right? Always associate a commit with a message using this option -m and try to comment it. My first version. My first version of index.html file. Any question on this? Just a tagging your name, all right? Okay. Git commit -m. Now it says like author identity unknown. Yeah, right. Because I haven't associated myself with the Git, all right? So what it says, it just gives a hint, right? The first line, if you look at first line, if I try to push my index.html from staging area to the local repository, right? It didn't work, right? Because it says like you're unknown guy, right? And please tell us like who you are and try to run this commands, right? In order to show your identity. right? In order to associate myself with the Git, right, I have to try these two commands. Okay. So what I will do is git config global. So again, config, just now I showed you, right? Where you have this go config. So cd dot git, right? If you try to list out, there you can see the config is there, right? Okay. So again, cd back clear. Okay, just check it out where you are. And do you have any commit? Not yet. No commit is there. Okay, I just have to try this command. All right, git commit my first version, which says first version. I'll get a bug on this. It says like try to run this command git config hyphen hyphen global. You have system level, global level. You have three levels of configuration. Right, the topmost is system level. The next one is global level. User dot name. Right, I'll try to associate my name as. Okay, and then I try to have my email ID. User dot email. All right, and within quotes, this is my official ID. Right, and if I try to commit index.file. All right, my my first version of index.html. Okay, now it is done. All right, there you can see commit. All right, is done, and you can find some ID over there. All right, which I will talk later. All right, every commit will have an ID. Right, this is something like SHA we called as. Maybe a little later I'll show you. I'll discuss. Right. Yeah, it is successfully done. And if I try to look into the status of it, what it says, now it's nothing to commit because I've committed index.html in Git. So when I make change in index.html, Git will follow the changes. That's it. But as of now, since the commit got over, right, the Git tells us like nothing to commit. So for this, what you can do is, in order to list the history of commits, you try this command, git log. All right, what you can see, a commit is done with this key. This is a short form of key, the same key. There you can see 3db11800, right? Only a few characters is mentioned, right? There you can see a long, right, a line of text, right, encrypted form, all right? And where you have done in only the master branch, right? We'll talk about head when we discuss branch. And who was the author? Myself, and associated mail ID when it was done, all right, at what time, and what was the message posted? My first version. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to make a few changes in index.html and see like I want to check how Git tracks this change. Just edit vi, or else you can nano. There is another editor, right? Index. Yeah. Better. Just no. Okay. Edit is there. Gedit is there. Gedit is not there. Okay. I'll go to VS Code again. Uh, Maybe I can add one more header. This is my second line of text. Right. Or else I can add a style to this. Style in the sense I'm adding a CSS property to HTML files, which means like I want to add aesthetics, right? For H1, I just want the color as blue, right? To color, okay. Just want the H1 content to be displayed in blue color, right? And the font size as say 300%. And for the second one, I mean, for the thing is, what I'm doing here is this. Um, this is my text, right? This one line of text which will be displayed with a blue color, and the size will be 300%. And for this second header content, right, I'm going to have a different color. Color, say orange. Okay, font size, say 150%. Okay. So what I've done is I've added a few line of text, right, and I'll go back to Git, right. Just clear the screen, and if I try to, what are the commands we have seen so far? Git init, Git add, then Git commit, Git status, Git log. Yes. Remember all these commands? Yeah. Now what it says, we are in the branch manager, right? And changes not yet committed, right? And there you can see it is displayed in red color, right? It means like it is tracking. Now the content has been modified. There you can see, right? I've changes. Actually, I've added a few lines of text, right, in index.html, which is tracked by Git, right? And it says like it is modified. And now what it says like the changes are yet to be committed, right? Okay. The changes are yet to be committed. And for this, again, repeat the same steps. Try to add this to the staging area. And from the staging area, try to push in the uh, .git folder, right? I mean local repository, right? Again, if I try to put git log, all right, it talks about the old commit, not the latest commit, all right? Still, it remembers the old commit. Old commit in the sense, whatever first version of index.html we had. Now we have the second version, all right? And we cross-check whether Git is able to track it, track the change. Yes, but still, right, we haven't committed this change. See, the thing is, I've written a code, all right, and the code is not working fine. I just want to revert back, all right. For that, only you have the staging area, all right. And if the current version is tested successfully, I just commit the latest version in the repository. Able to visualize? Clear?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Now I try to add the index.html file. Did not match any file. Yeah. Now it is done. All right. Again, check with the Git status. Yes. Now the color has been changed, right? Modified. Now it is in the staging area, right? And in order to restore again from the staging area back to the working directory, you can use this git restore in order to unstage. There you can see. Clear? Say git restore, all right, hyphen stage. What's the name of the file? Index.html, htm. What it says now, if I try to put git status, what it says again, it's back to. Able to understand the difference? See the first.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Earlier we moved our modified content to the staging area, and what it suggests, like if you're not sure, you can move back, you can revert your file from the staging area to the working directory. So right. So for that, it helps us to use this command git restore stage area and the name of the file to unstage. That's it. Right. Okay, and if you try to check the status of the file, it says like, right, it is right tracked, but it had to be committed. Oh, all right. Again, I try to clear this first. Git add index.html. All right, what it says, fine. Git status, yeah, it to be committed. All right. Git log, again, it talks about the old one. It's not about the latest one. And if I try to put as commit -m and added styles, right? If I try to run this, yeah. Before that, I just want to show you the changes I've made, right, in my index.html. Again, I just refresh this. There you can see now I have colored text, right? For the first header, I gave a blue color, and the size was 300%. And for the second one, I had a value of yeah, for color I gave orange, and font size as 150%. Right? These are the changes I made in the what's that index.html file. Right. So that's why I'm giving the message as added styles in index.html. Fine. Now we can see added styles, right? Master with a new ID. Again, git log, right? Now there you can see this was the this is the latest commit, and this is the oldest commit. All right. That is why I used to add a message, right? This was the older commit, and this was a message I gave when I committed the first version of my index.html file. And this is the commit ID, and this is the latest commit ID, and who done the change, right? When you got the answer, right? So what is the message added? What is the right? What is the change made? This one, right? Looking at the message itself, something I can infer like style has been added to this index.html file. All right. Is it clear, guys?
Yes, sir.
Right. And if I have too many commits, right, you can try this command git log one line in order to yeah. Now look at the difference, the previous command and this one. It tells about the commit in one line, not as a paragraph. All right. For every commit, you can see the author and when the change was made, what was the message added. All right. And if you have two commits or too many commits in a day, normally you can expect many commits, right, in a day. Especially when you work in a project, you can expect multiple commits in a day. And if you look have this command, right, and it will display a lot of information which you're not right interested, right? So better if you want to display this commit in summarized form, you can try this option as git log one line, right? Okay, clear. Fine. And guys, I hope everything is clear with this. Yeah, yet to add the branch. sorry. Is the notepad? Yeah. Is all these three is clear? Working directory, staging area, and the local repository. Any questions on this? Yes. Any question in working directory, staging area, and local directory? I mean local repository. Clear? Shall I move on?
Yes, sir, it's clear.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Where is my yeah? Where is my slide? Okay. This one is Linux. Git presentation. Okay. So what we yeah. So here what yeah. All this I have already discussed, right? What I mentioned here, what I mentioned over here is just create a folder, right, and try to initialize that folder and check with the present working directory command and move to the folder and create one index.html file and assign that folder as a working directory with the git initialize command and check the content with the ls command. All right, and you have to associate your name as well as your mail id, right, in order to add the file you have created in the working directory to git, right. So for that, these are the two commands which I already discussed, all right. And yeah, and yeah, we discussed git status, right. And yeah, what is a snapshot is it represents the state of your project at a given point of time. So when I tried this command git log, right, so you found like who did the change and when the change was made, right. It's something like change was made at on this date at this time, right, that we call as a snapshot, right. Okay. Yeah, two steps to change your commit. Yeah, git from staging to repo, all right. All those things I've covered. Now I just want to extend this concept, all right. I just want to try this, how to commit multiple files and check commit. So what I'm going to do is create a couple of additional HTML file, all right, and try to add this two new HTML files, right, with git add, all right, and try to push those two files to uh, local repo, all right, and try to check the commits, all right, with git log, all right. And again, maybe I can go to the working directory. Uh, Maybe I can copy this. Uh, I'll save this as desktop my Git project. I'll save this as my uh, first, all right, HTML file. I'll put it as one, all right, okay, one HTML file, and okay, this one is save it as two dot okay HTML file. Okay. So now again I will get back to this Git bash. All right. So just go to the where I am. Okay. So if you list, so you have three files now. All right. Index.html and one.html, and just try to display the content of this. All right. Something is there. All right. What is given over here is again using the HTML boilerplate. All right. The title has been changed as orange page. All right. And a couple of styling is added. Inline styling is added. All right. The content is given and the color is given as dark orange for this running content. All right. And I have a paragraph of text. Orange is so great. Right. It has this again inline CSS, right? CSS in the sense I just want to beautify my content, right? This is a tag use span tag, and the color I have given is a dark orange for fruit, all right? Orange is so great, so it has a fruit will be displayed in dark orange, named after it, all right? So maybe I can run this and show you my Git project. One.html. There you can see, all right, and the inline text is colored, all right, with a dark orange, all right. Again, go to this slide. Sorry, just I will close this. Yeah, yeah. There you can see what is the color given to this content? Orange page, right? So if you look into the browser, all right, the orange page is there, and the paragraph is text. Orange is that will be displayed in normal color. All right, it's in normal color, and in between this text, I want to change the color of the word fruit. For that, I am adding inline right styling, and that's it. And again, named after it, it is will be normal color, right? Okay. And here, in order to get back to the home page, right, which is the home page index.html, I make use of anchoref, right, tag, and the label is return to home page, which is given over here, right? So if I click on that, I'll be back to the home page, right? Uh, uh, Again, index.html file, right? Okay, save it and try to browse, refresh it. Yeah, I'm back to the home page. There you can see. So from here to the home page, right? I just click to home page. Home page is index.html, all right? So from here, from the orange page, all right, I'm just moving to the home page, all right? Okay. So just a small program, right? Again, back to Git bash. So this is the content of my one.html. Likewise, I have the second one. Sorry, it's blue color, right? Okay, so it's similar to this page, right? I have a page which display the content in blue color. All right. Okay, so there you can see blue is the color of the sky, and just want to return to the home page. I have this anchor tag, right? Okay. My intention is to add right these two files to the local repository and check the commit. So before that, I just check the git status command. What it says, I have two untracked files, right? One.html and two.html untracked files, right? Nothing add to commit because I haven't moved these two files to working, I mean commit staging area, right? Okay. So what I'm going to do now is just git add one.html. All right, that's it. Okay, and try to again put it as git status. There you can see. All right, you can restore the file from the staging area back to the working directory. But again, right, I haven't added this file right in this command. That is why this remains untracked. Now one.html has been right tracked by is tracked by HTML. I mean Git tool. So if you do the change in one.html, right, you can whenever you do the change and try to commit, and if you try this command git log, you can find the commit, new commit or the latest commit. All right. So here, these are the two commits we did earlier for the first version, as well as we added a couple of styles. Now, I just want to have a few more commits. All right. So git add 2.html file. All right. Again, check this git status. Now it says like two files are tracked by Git. It is in stage area, and in order to move from staging area to the working directory, back to the working directory, you can try this command, right? Okay, so git commit -m added two more HTML files with styling. Okay, fine. So if you try to put as git status, right, nothing to commit, the tree is clean. Again, we are in branch master, right? And if I try to put git log, right, there you can see, just clear and try this git command, git log. Right, there you can see, this is the latest, right, message we added two more HTML file with the styling, all right, and the previous two styles. Now, I just want to check, all right, the difference between uh, the index HTML file, index.html, right? Nothing there to see. Okay, fine. Now let us create a branch, all right? A new branch, and something I just showed you in Paintbrush, right? I have a main branch over here. Uh, so here I just want to create a new branch, right, for testing or experiment purpose, and later then once it is done, I just want to merge with the main branch, right? So I just want to show that now. For that, what I will do is I just create a branch, all right, and branch name, let me say like feature one, all right, okay, all right, and now a new branch is created, all right. If I try to put git status, what it says like still we are in right branch master. I mean switch to feature one. All right. So how to switch to feature one? Git checkout feature one. All right. Now there you can see switch to feature one. So in order to check which branch we are, check this. All right. I will clear and I'll show you. There you can find a small star symbol right next to it. Lists out all the features. I mean all the branches. Git branch will display all the available branch. So as of now we have one default branch called as master, and we created one branch. The name of the branch is feature one, And the star represents like which branch is active, right? If I try to check out and this option, right? There you can see switch to branch master, and if I try to try the same command, right? There you can see this branch is active. All right, okay. But our requirement is we want to create our own file in feature one, right? And try to merge that with the master branch. All right. So again, move to this feature branch. All right. And Git branch, where you are, right? Okay, there you are. We are in feature branch. And if I list out the file, this whatever it's there in the merge, master branch, right? Something similar what you see here or here, right? Whenever I create a new branch, right, it creates a replica of the master branch content, right? So in master branch, we had three files, right? We created a new branch, feature one, and I just want to check the content of the feature one. I haven't created anything in feature one, but when I try to display the content of the feature one, it shows the content of the master branch. This will be done by default. All right. Again, I'll go to this slide. Uh, so yeah, we did all these things, right? So we created two files, right? And earlier 2.html and 1.html, and it was untracked in the beginning. And in order to have those files to be tracked by Git, we added those two files, and we moved those two files from the staging area to the local repository. We added a message, right? And we cross-check with the Git status, right? As well as a Git log to display all the fetch list, right? Of all the files. All right. Yeah. This I tried to. We reverted to earlier commits, right? Using Git restore. All right. I will get back to this. Uh, yeah. Okay. So branch is a method requesting a new working directory and staging area where a different line of code, right, can be executed, which later can be merged with the main code database. Try to understand what is given as the first point. All right. It means like it creates a new working directory, right? Okay. So branch is a way of creating a new working directory and a staging area where you can try your own programs, and later it can be merged with main code base, in the sense like you want this new branch to be merged with master branch, right? So this master branch will hold the actual code base, all right? So a git branch command is just a pointer, all right? So it just creates a new branch, git branch feature one, right? We created a feature one branch with the git branch command, and in order to display all the branches in the current repository, try this command git branch, right? And in order to switch to branch, right, we try this git checkout as well as the branch name. And after doing the changes, right, in the new branch, and if we want to merge, right, this branch content with the master branch content, right, you have to use this command git merge branch name. All right. For that, what you have to do is you have to go back to the master branch, and from there you can merge this. All right. Not from the feature one branch. All right. And Yeah, there is only one master branch created by default. Again, I've given us Git branch right to check out right to feature one. Right, try this command. Yeah. How do you make the commits to this new branch? Right. For this, what I'm going to do is make changes in the feature branch. Open index.html and do the required change. So what I'm going to do is vi index.html. Right. I just want to add escape insert. Okay, a new header, h3. This is my line of text. Let's close this and try to save. Yeah. And if you try to put as Git status, where we are, check it out, Git branch. We are in feature one branch, and if I try to list out what it says now, right, on branch feature one, changes yet to be committed, right, right. Use git add, right, because I have changed the content of index.html file, all right. So the same thing I have given over here. How do you make the commits to this branch? For this, make change in the feature branch, open and do the change, and execute git add and followed by git commit command, and do the have the message as change in the feature branch, right? So I just git add index.html, right? And if you try to put as git status, what it says, all right, you can restore it, all right, yet to be committed. So git commit -m. What was the message given over here? Change in the changes made in index.html under in the feature one branch, right? Okay, changes made in the index.html in the future. So if I try to display the content of index.html, right? There you can see there is a this is my new line of text has been there. If I switch back, all right, to check out to master branch, and if I try to display the content of index.html, cat index.html, what it says? I can't see the changes made in the same file in the feature branch, right? In master branch. Can you sense this? Guys, can you sense the change? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So in the sense like whatever changes I've made, right, it was made only for the feature branch, but not right in the master branch, even though I access the same file, right? So there is no sync between these two, right? So now I have done enough testing in my feature branch. I just want to merge the content, right, from the feature one branch into the master branch, so that I maintain a sync, all right? That is my requirement, all right? So maybe you can put it as git log hyphen one line. So now I have a new commit, added style, added two more HTML file with the styling, all right? Fine. Okay, so there you can see Git will indicate new commit. Sorry. Git will indicate new commit not present in the master branch. To verify this, switch to master branch. all right, and Git Log. All right. So before merging two files, I mean the index file, analyze the difference using Git difference to look at the conflicts. All right. As of now, I don't have conflicts. Uh, yeah. Git difference. Okay. Master. And what's the name of feature one? All right. Sorry, it's not Git. Okay. I just want to find out the difference made in the master branch as well as in the feature branch for index.html file. So for this, I tried this command, git, all right, difference. Difference displays the difference between these two branches, all right, master and feature one branch. So what it says, plus sign, it means like you have added a new line of text. And if it is hyphen, right, minus sign, it means like you have deleted a content. Please make a note of this, guys. All right. So what it says, like, it picked this index.html file, and these are the changes made. Right. I have inserted, right, new line of text. That is why you have the plus sign. If I have deleted this HTML line, on your left, you can find the hyphen sign, minus sign, which means like I've deleted one content, right? Okay. Now I just want to sync the content of index.html from feature one branch to master branch. How can you do that? Merge. Yeah, don't think so. It's there. So git checkout hyphen. All right. Oh, sorry. Out master. Okay, switch to master. Git branch. Which one is active now? Master is there. So git merge to one. Yeah. Now it says like updating, right? And with the new commit ID, right? And the algorithm used is fast forward algorithm for merging, right? And the file that was updated, how many lines of text, right, has been updated? We added one line and it was addition, right? We have added one line of text. That is why you have plus sign, right? And at the bottom, you can see, right? One file got changed and one line of text got inserted, right? Clear? Now, if I try to find out the difference, before I just display the index.html over here, there you are. Now you can find this new line of text added, right, in index.html under master branch. Earlier it wasn't. Guys, is it clear, guys? So if I try to try this command difference, now it says like you don't have any difference. Everything is clean. Any questions? Because we have crossed 12. Any questions? As Windows terminal, can we use Windows terminal instead of Git Branch? Right. So Sarah has answered that. All right. Any other Any other questions? Any other doubt? If everything is clear, we'll wind up this session. We have to start, we have to resume our session by 1 o'clock. Guys, do you have any questions?
No more questions, sir.
Yes?
No questions, sir.
Yeah. Okay then. We'll wind up the session. We'll resume our session by 1 o'clock. Thanks for joining.
Thank
Thank
you,
you,
sir.
sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you.